Hey, my name is David Okendo. I'm a project manager here at FINFROCK. I've been here for 7.5 years, and we'll be looking back at some of my old projects today. Being able to look back at the foundation of how I started here at FINFROCK, taking it from the erection department, starting with Toronto, learning how to essentially sequence and structure the buildings. So it's definitely going to be a fun time looking back at those old memories. All right, guys, this here is Kirkman Point. This is the first project that I worked here with FINFROCK, parking garage right here in downtown Orlando. So my initial thoughts looking back at this project, being the first project that I got to work with here at FINFROCK, showing up for my first day of work and walking up to a massive crane and these large pieces of precast, it was quite impressive, and I just couldn't really grasp on how we were going to put this structure up. So starting to see that team then work together cohesively, step by step, and being able to just effectively put the structure up was really a true blessing. Prior to coming to FINFROCK, I worked for another precast company, and at that point all we did was provide the products to another GC that would erect and stand the building up. So looking back at a vertically integrated company like FINFROCK, it was quite impressive how everybody was able to come together, get a plan in place, and effectively put the structure up. It was unmatched. Currently, I drive by this project and I can still see some of the sweat, tears, and blood on the pavement there. Having to put 2 or 3 socks on just to get by the week. Very good warm feeling from those days. All right, folks, and that was Kirkman Point. Oh, wow. All right, guys, this is RCID, also known as Disney Parking Garage. Yes, I've parked on this garage quite a few times. This project is significant to me because it was the first chance that I was able to work both in the field and then also with the erection engineer in-house. Yeah, definitely a little nervous at this point in my career as I was kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, right? Willing to learn everything that was being put in front of me, but at the same time making sure that I was effective for the team and being productive. So working through this project, I did have one direct mentor, Pedro. He is the precast erection engineer. Learned a lot from him. Ultimately, being able to come out to the field and do the survey layout, marking the positions of the columns and the walls where they were going to be set, and then also taking that feedback back to the office and trying to get ahead of any issues that we may come across. That was just a huge learning experience there. Problem solving in the project management position and in construction is very important. I mean, I think we all want to plan ahead and make sure that we see everything that's coming our way. But even so, there's something that always comes up on a daily basis. So being able to understand that, mitigate the issue, and mitigate the overall risk is ultimately the goal, right? Being vertically integrated allows for that fluid communication across departments to make sure that we set the best solution in place. All right, guys, and this is RCID. This is a 370 Hotel, also known as Surfside in Orlando, Florida. So one of the great things about working with FINFROCK in Toronto as a whole was that we were able to experience every project come through our office. So at this time I had worked on multiple garages, and this was ultimately the first dual deck project that I was a part of in planning. So working on a dual deck project for the first time, again, got to experience those kind of first time jitters of just seeing a structure going up, and then knowing that ultimately we're putting that initial structure in place for the construction team to be able to effectively build out the space a lot quicker was just impressive. And then just seeing how everything came together as one was also unmatched overall. Ultimately, being able to get ahead and strategize that team to success is key in building with our dual deck products. Working with Universal is very impressive and rewarding. I mean, these guys definitely know how to make it happen, right? So we, as part of FINFROCK, can ultimately deliver that request, right? So being able to come into a footprint like this, which was an old water park that I used to also trip to occasionally, and now looking at it completely cleared and ready to mark and set foundations. Again, overall, very rewarding project, and being able to look back at it today brings a lot of fond memories. All right, guys, and this is 370, also known as Surfside. All right, folks, this here is FAMU Phase 1A. So this project's very significant to me in my career because at this point I was able to see a project from start to finish and really be part of every single aspect there. Initially, when this project started, I was part of the original planning, sequencing of the building. From there, I started to think more of what I wanted to do next and taking that next challenge and that next step ahead. So I transitioned over to the construction department directly, working as an APM. Working my way into my position at FAMU as an assistant project manager definitely took on a lot of new roles and responsibilities. So it was very challenging at first. But ultimately, I knew this is what I wanted to do. So I knew at the end of the day, the hard work, long days would come into a rewarding sense. And ultimately, seeing the building as it stands today really fulfills that. And to think back that, there's probably some students still, and at this point, maybe finishing up their college career in something that I was a part of, being able to provide their initial, maybe forever home at that time. Something that I look back and really think highly of. Turning over to the keys on this one was a very fond moment in my career. All right, guys, and that was FAMU Phase 1A. One of the main things that keeps me working in construction is just that ultimate reward, right? There's nothing like driving by something that you had a part of. It's not easy. It's definitely takes a lot of hard work to get up every day and make it happen, right? And again, it is a collaborative effort. It is surely not a one-man show. It takes the overall collaborative family and understanding the end goal and how we're all going to achieve it. As a manager, trusting your peers to take on challenges and pushing them and putting them in that position that they feel comfortable in doing so, I think is key. I think that's probably one of the better things of being a manager, is that not only are you growing, but you're helping others grow in their direct career. So it's very rewarding. Alrighty, I'm David Okendo, and that was me reacting to my old projects.